Viewer discretion is advised. Go where no man has gone before.
Broadcasting live from 35-degree downtown Cleveland, it's station WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I am your host, the Grumpy Old Man. And my tablet's going bonkers. I don't know what's going on with the tablet. Come on, what's going on with the tablet? My tablet just froze. Isn't that just wonderful? Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. We're brought to you by Grumpy Vulture Productions. Come on, tablet. What the hell is going on here? Damn thing. And I don't want to hear nothing out of you. So, how's everybody doing tonight? It figures well, that's what happens when you basically don't operate with the tablets for a while, and they go bonkers. 70 degrees. Holy shit. That's what I got to say about Cleveland weather. Although, as Kathy knows, if you don't like the weather in Cleveland, wait 5 minutes. It will change.
Fatality.
I read an interesting article today, and this, it's from 2024, and it was about a 52-year-old cold case that got solved in 2024. The original crime took place in 1974, and it was on Long Island. It was a 31-year-old mother of 3. And unfortunately, her first grader, who was the first child home from school, found her bound, gagged, and with a bullet through the back of her head. And to this day, he's still traumatized over walking in and finding his mother like that. But after 52 years, they solved, and it was a definite 100%. The only problem is the guy that committed the crime died in '04. But they have 100% proof that this was the person that committed the crime. And they couldn't understand how he was able to get into the house, because she was always very vigilant. And it turned out to be a sanitation worker who she had seen in the neighborhood many times. And evidently he used some ruse to get into the house and committed various crimes against her, and then bound, gagged, and then put a bullet in the back of her head. And the prosecutor said that they have, like, going back 60 years, 100 cold cases. And the prosecutor said if they have good DNA, they're going to attempt to solve as many of these as possible. But the unfortunate thing was that the guy that committed the crime died 20 years ago, so these people that, you know, and there have been many that I've watched, and Kathy, I'm sure you watched them, where they'll show up and knock on some grandpa's door and go, "Hey, remember 48 years ago? Well, you're screwed. We got you. It took a while, but we got you."
Well, back in my day...
Really?
For Pete's sake!
That's what I said. Nothing from the peanut gallery.
Awkward.
Okay. And the amazing thing was, the DNA that was on her bathrobe was about the size of a $50. And that was the only DNA that they had to work with. And they had it tested either 10 or 12 years ago, and they came up with a partial DNA profile. But of course, there wasn't, DNA profiling advances yearly. The only problem is they have to cut that piece of cloth out, and they had to be very careful to save enough for future testing. And they were a little hesitant, but they went for broke, because they used up the rest of the DNA sample, and it was a dead-on hit, because this guy had a felony conviction, and his DNA was in CODIS. But it was unfortunate that he was taking a dirt nap.
Game over.
Right. Okay. If you say so. Excuse yourself. God damn it. Damn bird. Oh, you did it again. I'll fix his ass. I'll staple it shut. Now he's throwing shit at me. I have to get a set of amplified speakers so I can get these sound effects up a little louder, because the damn Amazon Fire tablets, the volume only goes up so far.
Awkward.
And that's the problem I'm having. Holy shit. I think his gas blew up back there. Blah. I'm back to that shit.
Well, back in my day.
Did it seem a little strange today, Kathy, not going to a basketball game? Now we need something to fill in between basketball and softball. Although I can't remember what teams are playing. There's an opener like next week already. I think Cleveland holds off until April, but even April, Jesus. I know. I'm pretty sure it was last opener last year, because my sister and brother-in-law, they have box seats that they are on a automatic renewal. Of course, I think the tickets for their seats are like $150 a piece. That's an expensive ball game. Oh, God. I'm trying to think of the joke. There's a joke about, oh, geez, watching replayed baseball games. Oh, it'll come to me.
It'll knock your socks off.
And that too. You know, sooner or later, everything's just going to run together. You know, because the seasons keep getting like longer and longer and longer. So, baseball will run right into football, which will run right into baseball again. And then, of course, you got to work basketball in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. I remember one opening day, it did snow. It started snowing about the seventh inning, so the umpires just let the game finish.
Will you like fries with that?
No, I don't want fries with that either. Thank you. Will you shut up back there? Smart ass bird. I forgot to charge the other tablet. So I'm kind of limited on this one on sound effects. But the other one's got the majority. Although I need a Y cable so that I can plug both tablets in at the same time. I told you I'd work on it, Kathy. I'd start getting the sound effects going.
For Pete's sake!
Yeah, well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. A little baseball music. You get so sick and tired of hearing that organist play that, especially at Cleveland Stadium, constantly. Will you cut that out? Jesus. Oh, I'm going to kill that bird. Are they coming through legible? I can't get the volume up any louder. I've got to get a set of amplified speakers. I've got the perfect one for Wednesday.
Hump day, yeah!
I used to play. If you remember, although you weren't following me back in the every Wednesday.
Hump day, yeah!
That's how I would start the show.
Get wrecked.
Okay, I'll get wrecked.
In your face. It'll make your head spin.
I used to get bitchy emails when I would do that. My friend out in Scottsdale, oh, disgusting. I'm not going to listen anymore. I was like, okay. Then 2 days later, I'd get an email. Will you cut with the disgusting sound effects? No. Right. Hey, tomorrow's the big night. The Oscars. I'm not going to watch, but I used to watch when Joan Rivers was still alive. And she would do her bit from the red carpet. I miss Joan. Oh, God. She'd be standing there. Who are you wearing? You know. Who are you wearing? Like people cared, you know. It's a donated gown for the night anyway. It's not like they bought it. Oh, Nightmare's here.
For Pete's sake!
How you doing there, pal? I wish I had more sound effects.
Duh.
Yeah, that's what I say. I have to put some oil on that door. I wonder where TV is. Although he usually pops in a little later. Oh, what did I do with it? The other microphone came today. I was going to do a sound check with it. And then I got sidetracked, but the other one is here. And I've got all the cables for it, so maybe tomorrow I'll do the sound check with the other AKG. Although it should be the same as this one. It was just missing the cables, that's all. But I appreciate him sending me another one, because that way I can have one in each studio now. Just for the effect.
Game over. Fatality. Awkward.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I used to. That's what I used to play this, and then play this,
Awkward.
and then this. But like I say, I've got to order a set of amplified speakers because I can't get the volume the way I want it. Because it should be a little louder in order for everybody to hear them. because I used to, back in the day, I would start the show this way.
Viewer discretion is advised. Go where no man has gone before.
That was my start for every show. And sometimes I would...
It'll knock your socks off.
Now that I've got the I got them working, I'm gonna have to work them in at the entrance because I like the...
Viewer discretion is advised. Go where no man has gone before.
It'll knock your socks off.
What's this one?
This summer.
I don't know why that one's in here.
This summer.
That one ain't even funny.
In a world.
That one isn't too good either. Yep, that's about it. Yeah, once I get them a little louder, they'll be a little better. Plus, I've got twice as many in the other tablet, but I forgot to charge it. Not to mention I have to find that splitter cable so I can hook the two of them together. Yeah, I was going to head up to the old Dollar Tree today, and then I got sidetracked. I got to get some batteries. I can't believe it. I bought a box of 100 AA batteries. And I can't believe I've blown through that box in less than a year. Although, what do you expect out of Dollar Tree cheap batteries, you know? Because I had to pick up, what are these, 8-packs? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I had to pick up a couple of 8-packs of AAA because my blood pressure machine eats these batteries. Jesus. I'll put 2 new batteries in, and I'm lucky to get 2 weeks. And then the machine don't operate. And I bought a rechargeable. And the goddamn thing only lasted about 3 months, and it won't take a charge. And I called Walmart, and they were like, well, sorry, if you would have brought it back in 60 days, we'd have refunded your money, but 90 days, no. I said I should get more than 90 days out of a goddamn rechargeable blood pressure meter. Well, company policy, 60 days. I should have gone in and made a scene. If I'd have gone in and made a scene, I guarantee you they'd have refunded my money just to shut me up. mean, the stupid thing was working fine. And then the one day, the little red light came on, which signaled it needed to be recharged. I plugged it in. The next morning, I assumed it was fully charged. I unplugged it, put it on my wrist, pushed the button, recharge, recharge, recharge. So I plugged it in again. Next morning, same shit. Would not take a charge. 90 days. I mean, I only paid like $16 for the machine, but it's the principle. Goddamn thing should have lasted longer than frickin' 90 days. But I figured if I would have gone in the store and made a big scene at customer service, the supervisor would have went, refund his money, shut him up, get him out of here.
Game over.
Yeah, the more I thought about it, although I hate going to Walmart. Oh, God, I hate going to... Then the girl had the nerve to say, well, you know, you should have bought a more expensive machine. Oh, you... Been in my luck, I'd have bought the more expensive machine and it would have taken a shit too. And the whole thing is, there's a medical supply store up at the plaza at Cam's Corners. They carry the same identical machine for twice the price. Because I had called them and I said, hey, I need a blood pressure machine. And they went, well, we got this, I can't remember the name of it. She says, it's $35 plus tax. I said, Walmart's got the same goddamn machine for half price. She said, then buy it there. So I did. And I got 90 days out of it. I hate throwing brand new stuff away. But they make these things where you can't change the batteries. Back in the day, you know, you could get a soldering iron and unsolder the wires, throw the battery away, put a new one in. Nope, not anymore. When they shoot craps, you throw them out.
You're not heroic. You're not invincible. You're not even invisible. You're your own weakness.
Super fail.
Yeah, I was reading about the Oscars today. Conan O'Brien is going to host the Oscars. Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel. And then there's, I can't remember the name of the movie, God, there's a movie. It's got, I think, 16 or 18 nominations. They say it's got more nominations than any movie that they've ever had nominated. Although I would hate to see that movie take all 16 Oscars. You know, give somebody else a chance to win. Then there was a little side article that if you don't want your Oscar anymore, like say you've had it 25 years and it's a dust collector, you cannot sell it. It has to be returned, and you don't get no money for it either. You take it back to the Oscar committee and go, here, I don't want this dust collector anymore. Because if you attempt to sell it, they will prosecute. Because they don't want anybody making any money, and they don't want these things to end up in auction houses. So if you decide you don't want it, or say a movie star passes away and the family don't want it, you return it to the Oscar committee. I wonder if they recycle it. I can't remember. Oh, it's probably got to be in the 80s. Some movie star was broke and almost homeless, and they sold their Oscar, and the committee got wind of it, and they went out and they arrested the movie star, whoever, I can't remember who he was. And then, in order to avoid prosecution, he had to find the guy that he sold it to and literally buy it back. And then turn it over to the committee. And the Oscars are like the only award that they're that touchy about. Because some music stars have sold their Grammy Awards off, you know. Oscars can't sell them. Got to return them if you don't want them. If you don't want to dust them anymore. Although you would think, even after so many years, I mean, that's a tough award to win. You would think somebody would value it enough. I don't know, I might put both TVs on and give it although I don't know. I was reading the list of all the movie stars. I think out of the whole list, I only knew like 5 of them. Of course, I don't watch movies. well, I take that back. If there's something that piques my interest, I'll wait 5 years and then order the DVD off of Amazon's bargain DVD list. Although I got Titanic, I wasn't really too impressed with it. And I mean, you know, James Cameron spent a gazillion dollars in order to film that movie, not to mention he had several Titanic models built. I mean, he spent a fortune making that movie. I wasn't too impressed with it. Thank God I only paid $5 for the DVD. There was another one of them big blockbusters. I can't remember which one it was. I wasn't too happy with either. I can't think of the name of the one. I'll have to go through my DVDs. I'm like, oh, this one. Oh. Conclave. I wasn't too impressed with that one either. And the only reason I ordered that DVD was after the last Pope took a dirt nap. I wanted to see what the conclave was like. And it was hard to believe that some of them priests were that dirty. Oh, man. Talk about backstabbers. Although, you know, they have to play the movie up to keep your interest. I don't know if all that shit went on behind the scenes, but could be. I think I spent $6.50 for that one. Yeah, my wallet took a light hit. Oh, Kathy, I ordered some really fancy ditch lights off of Temu for the Passat. I decided I'm gonna put them up in the wheel wells. Goddamn car will look like a green zombie mobile by the time I get done with all the green lights on it. Yeah, once I get all the lights, I'll go out like at dusk. And I'll take the old GoPro and I'll film it. The only problem is the damn lights I bought for the grill, I can't mount them the way I wanted to. They're just a hair too big. I'll tell you, there was, oh God, what the hell was the name of that website I used to buy the LED light bars off of? Oh shit, I can't think of it. Because I bought some LED lights for the RAV4. And it's amazing the prices on Temu for them big, 20 and 30 inchers. I looked at a 30-inch, real thin, low profile, and it was like $16. I was amazed. Because at the other website, I can't think of the name of the damn website I was buying from, that light would have been $50. And so far, every LED light that I have purchased has been quality. I have not gotten burned on any. I mean, they're not that cheap ABS plastic. They're all aluminum body. I can't wait for the weather to get better so I can get everything mounted and wired up. Because I got that yesterday, that 7-inch amber. I saw the same light at Advanced Auto Parts. 7-inch amber LED mini light bar at Advanced Auto Parts for $29.99. I got the thing from Temu for $7. Same exact light. And that, if I think of an LED, I just automatically go to Temu and go through there. As a matter of fact, I just ordered some of them brackets that they clip on the edge of the hood. And at AutoZone, they're goddamn $12 a piece. I got 4 for $12. Because what I'm going to do is, wait until you see the fancy green double-sided LED lights that I got off of Temu. They were like $22. And when I got them, I was afraid that they were going to be ABS plastic. Nope. They're chrome-plated aluminum. I'm going to mount them right at the edge of the hood. So I needed some of them mounting brackets. But like I say, I got 4 for the price of what I would have paid for 1. It's amazing the stuff that Temu has. My God. The switch panels, the relay switches, all quality. I have, believe me, I am ultra pleased with everything that I've purchased. And it's hard to believe the prices. By the time I get done, I'll need 2 alternators on that car. Matter of fact, when I had my 96 Explorer, I had so many goddamn lights on that thing. I had to go to the boneyard, and I had to buy a 150 watt alternator out of a police car. And I had 2 batteries under the hood. Holy shit, really? Well, evidently you're getting that wind that we had yesterday. Holy Christ. Like I say, that wind was so nasty that it knocked our internet out. Mine was down for 5 hours. I was going crazy. I'm like, holy shit. I can't surf on the net. I can't watch TV. That's the only problem with having streaming TV. When the internet goes down, now I could have gone to the other TV set and watched 3 or 5 or 8 or 19. But it was during the time where it would have been all soap operas. Because I do have an outside antenna for the other TV. Like tomorrow night, I'll watch my try it again, Grumpy. My interrogation videos, and I'll put the Oscars on the other TV. And that way I can go back and forth. Although it's not like back in the day where you knew every, De Niro and Clint Eastwood, and now I don't even recognize any of the stars, although I don't keep up on it. And then there's that female singer. What the hell's her name? Dupa Liquor or something? Who the hell named that girl? Was a little late with the drum roll there, Grumpy.
Access denied.
Thank you. Well, Kathy, let's hope that the strong winds don't turn into Tornado Alley down there. You'll have to keep me posted on an email as to how bad the weather is. Although I don't know how them people can live in Tornado Alley, man. I would get nervous as soon as the wind started to blow, let alone get strong. Jesus. Whoop. Doorbell. Hang on, please. No. Good old Goffe. I know what this is. I'm going to keep you in suspense. We're not going to open that one tonight. I'll tell you what. Since I pitched a bitch, they have really straightened out. There is not one package since I bitched at them that has been misdelivered. If it fits, they put it in the milk chute and they ring the bell. And if it don't fit, they put it in the door and ring the bell. Yeah, I fired off an email to Uni today. You know, I told the customer service rep, I said I might lift the ban and give you guys a try. I'm still thinking about it. And Amazon, they're frickin' worthless. I couldn't believe that yesterday. I could not believe it. With them reprinting a shipping label and taking my side door delivery and putting a label over it. Although I had heard it before, you know, I had heard it from a route supervisor that they only deliver to the front porch. But at least yesterday, I heard it from customer service. I'll tell you what, Kathy, what's really amazing, more and more packages are coming through GoFo than through the post office. The last 5 items that I ordered off of eBay, 4 of the 5 were shipped by GoFo and only 1 the post office. Yeah, competition is getting fierce. And it's amazing how many of these new companies popped up. You know, you got SpeedX, Uni, GoFo, and then this new one, Aqualine. I never even heard of this Aqualine. They must be brand new. They all want a piece of the pie, you know. And then, you know, DHL, they literally just about left the United States back in 2000. And now DHL is coming back. I've had 3 packages delivered by DHL. But it's amazing how many have popped up. Like I say, SpeedX, GoFo, Uni, Aqualine, and there's another one. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, it'll come to me. But the last 5 items I ordered off of eBay, 4 of them were shipped GoFo. And I mean, they're all from different areas of the United States. It's not like the same seller. And I pitched a real bitch with GoFo about their logistics and their tracking information, because their tracking information would say left regional hub, arrived regional hub, left regional hub, arrived regional hub. And I called their logistics department and I said, you know, you assholes, people like to know where across the country their package is. If I've got a package coming from California, I'd like to figure out when I'm going to get it. And telling me it left regional hub to arrive at regional hub, well, now it says left regional hub, Chino, California. Arrived regional hub, St. Louis, Missouri. Left regional hub, St. Louis, arrived Melrose, Illinois. So some of my bitching is paid off. Yeah, I told the guy, I said, your tracking system's worthless. I'd put in the tracking number and it would say, left regional hub, you know, March 11th at 7 a.m. Arrived regional hub, March 12th, 8:30 p.m. I said, what the hell good does that? Where in the country is my frickin' package? Now the website tells you. When you put in the tracking number, it tells you where. Because right now I have 3 packages at the delivery destination, which is the hub in Garfield Heights. So I should have 3 packages tomorrow. Because they all arrived at the regional hub this morning. But they arrived too late. Because I've noticed anything that arrives after 8 a.m. gets bumped to the next day. Because the 2 packages I got today were picked up for delivery at 6:37 a.m. Oh, 100% right, Kathy. 100% right. I should not tell them how to do their job. I had gotten, oh God, he was like the assistant to the vice president of logistics. And I said, here, put this tracking number in on your end and pull it up. And he did. And I said, now, tell me where my package is. And it went quiet for a while. And then he came back on and said, I don't know. I said, don't you think you should come in to the new century and have your tracking information like FedEx or UPS or the post office that tells you where exactly your package is in the United States at a certain time? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. I've got one, and it's not an important one, that was supposed to be here today. And they told me that it's delayed and I won't get it till Monday. They are getting very good about notifying people, because you know what? They don't want to pay you that $5. They do. I mean, I've had a package, it said, supposed to arrive between the 19th and 24th, and I'll get it on the 25th, and I'll go in and look, and there'll be a $5 credit in my account because the package was late. If your package doesn't arrive in that delivery window, they give you $5. And I've got the $5 a couple of times now, because it'll say delivery between the 19th and 24th. And if you get it on the 25th, you get a credit in your account for $5. No questions asked. You don't even have to ask for it. You don't even have to say my package was late. They know it was late. They give you the $5. And it's happened, I think, 3 or 4 times. And I'll go in and look, and there'll be a credit. They're a pretty decent company, I'll tell you. They really are. You know, when they first came in, everybody was like, oh, another Wish. Well, I'll tell you what. With all the stuff that I have ordered from Temu, I have not gotten any Chinese junk. And Wish was famous for crap. Well, if you don't get it by the 20th, you will get a $5 credit per item, per package. If you have like 3 packages coming and they all show up on the 21st, there'll be $15 in your account. They are real good about that. And their tracking information has really improved. Have you ever hit the speed up button? You know, you'll buy something and then there's a button, speed up shipment. It works. I have hit that speed up button and it'll say, you know, package between the 13th and the 19th, and I'll get it on the 12th. So when you see that speed up shipment button, click it. Because it does work. I thought it was a joke when I first saw it. Now, every time I order something and I see the speed up button, I click it. You know, it's amazing the stuff that they carry. I mean, in a way, they're a lot like eBay. You punch in the search bar, left-handed monkey wrench, and they have one. And like I said, here, I bought these T-handle wrenches. And I'll tell you what, they are good, heavy quality. I got, which are the popular 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 12, and 14. These are very good quality T-handle wrenches. And I got the 4 of them. It was either $12 or $15, and I am very pleased with them. I really am. As a matter of fact, all the tools that I have ordered, like, you know, socket sets and those T-handle wrenches, and like when I needed them, triple star Torx, very good quality. I mean, we're not talking Snap-on quality, but very good quality. Everything that I've ordered, I'm extremely happy with. And I'll tell you what, I'm very fussy about my tools. Very fussy. Because I don't go to the dollar store and buy a crescent wrench. Because I know I'll use it once and it'll break. But it is amazing what you can find on Temu. And what I do, Kathy, when I search, I will put in like automotive tools clearance. And it's amazing the deals. When I search, I always put clearance. And here's another thing. When you open the website, click on local warehouse. Because that is items, about 90% is in the United States. Now, I have gotten a few items that you could tell that they had to order them from overseas. But their overseas shipping has really improved. Oh, good. You hit the clearance first. Oh, Oodles, you got your power back. All right, buddy. Glad to hear that. Yeah, Oodles, yesterday, my internet got knocked out and it was down for 5 hours. I was kind of cringe because usually when the internet gets knocked out, the power goes next. Yeah, I had the wind here, you had the wind, and now Kathy is getting our wind. We're passing wind to Kathy. I had to do that, Kathy. Yeah, Oodles and I are passing our wind to Kathy. I can't wait to get the other tablet going here. I'm having fun with these sound effects.
Consequences will never be the same.
Damn.
Boy, Oodles, yesterday when my internet went down, I was like, holy shit, what am I going to do? I sat here staring at the blank computer screen going, looking down at my goddamn Wi-Fi router, and the red light keeps flashing. I'm like, come on, blue light, please. Blue light, please. Then it was like around 5:30. All of a sudden, my computer got activated, and I looked down and I was like, oh, thank God, a blue light. But for 5 hours, I watched that red light go. You don't realize how addicted you are to the goddamn internet until it goes haywire.
Fatality.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and it was like,
Game over.
Access denied.
I couldn't wait until it was.
Access granted.
Yeah, you know, it's times like that when you kind of wish that you had a generator you could plug in, you know. I've been seriously thinking about buying a small one. You know, one that would just basically power the refrigerator and the furnace. You don't need a high kilowatt one. And Harbor Freight sells some decent ones for pretty reasonable prices. Yeah, a Generac. It's probably a Generac. My neighbor down the street's got one. The name of the company is Generac. And it's powered off natural gas. And as soon as the power goes out, that sucker kicks right on. She was telling me it's like 2 or 3 seconds. The power goes off and the Generac kicks on. It's got a little, I don't know if it's single or dual cylinder engine in it. I don't know how much they are. I tend to think they might be a little expensive, but yeah. Because it sucks. The whole neighborhood will be dark, and you look down the street, and she's got power. And I mean, power. All of her security lights are on and everything. I'm like, God damn it, don't show off. Because I asked her, because I saw it's out behind the house. And I said to her, isn't that thing a pain in the ass, you know, having to keep gas cans around? And she went, oh, it's natural gas powered. I was like, holy shit. But when the neighborhood goes dark, I just look down at the corner of the street and I told her, I says, I'm going to buy about a 400-foot extension cord. Come down and plug it in, at least to keep my refrigerator going. But I seriously have been considering going to Harbor Freight and buying one because their prices are very reasonable. I think that generator is called the Predator. hers is about the size of two-drawer file cabinets. It's about that wide, about that high. It's not a big monster, but I figure she had to pay at least 10 grand for it. But yeah, the power goes out and you look down the street and her house is all lit up. All the security lights on, the house, on the garage, you know. Looks like Hopkins Airport down there. But her husband was quite disabled, so I actually think she got help with the cost. Because I'll tell you what, if anybody is looking for some government program to pay for something so she can avoid money out of her pocket, she finds it. I would say her unit is probably maybe like 14 inches wide and about 30 inches long and about 24 inches high. Like I say, it's about the size of two-drawer file cabinets. But she was telling me it's like the power goes off in 2 or 3 seconds. That thing is up and running. But I've been thinking of buying one of them Predator generators just in case. We don't lose power that much, but I would like to have one just in case. Yeah, he's got the big one. Hers is probably about half that size. But it works. Because I've been looking online on the Harbor Freight website. I've been studying them Predators. Either Predator or Icon. I can't remember. I think it's Predator. But I would just get a small one that would have enough kilowatts to take care of my refrigerator and my furnace. Maybe a couple of lights in the house. Maybe one computer. So I could watch TV and surf. Because I'll tell you what, since Sears went under, Harbor Freight quality has really come up to par. They have got some good stuff. And them generators that they have, like I say, I wouldn't need a big one. As long as I could run my refrigerator and furnace, I'd be happy. Hey, Oodles, have you looked at the price of Starlink? Starlink ain't cheap. I looked into it, and I was shocked. at what they charge. Because they're not like your average, cable company. You have to buy all the equipment. You got to buy the dish, you got to buy the receiver and everything. Of course, it's an Elon Musk company. What do you expect? Ugh. Blah, 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 blah. I'm turning into crinkleberry juice. Hey, the walking belly is here. I know, feed me, I'm hungry. What? Look at me with them big eyes.
Awkward.
Feed me. Yeah, I know you're starving to death. You're about ready to fall over from hunger. Yeah, I know. You could live off that fat belly for a month. All right, everybody. I have to feed the walking belly. He's starving. Tablets froze up again. Unbelievable. There it goes. Finally, Jesus. We know where, right here, WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Thank you all for being here. It's been another fun night. And we will meet again right here tomorrow night. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care. And there will be the obligatory 2 see-yas per OBS. See you number 1. And see you number 2. Bye-bye.